Hold up, drop that mimosa and clutch your pearls, because baby, Tasha K just lit the internet on fire. And no, this ain't your average celebrity entanglement. This is betrayal with a side of crab legs and champagne, and the receipts? Oh, there. Sizzling hotter than a flat iron at the BET Awards pregame. Are we really out here watching Bambi, the so-called rebranded queen of peace and parenting, sneak around Atlanta hotels like she's filming a low-budget reboot of Scandal? And Young Jock? Sir, how are you still finding new ways to make bad choices in 2025? Was it just a friendly link-up in silk robes and leopard print slippers? Or was this a full-blown reality TV crossover event with no cameras and all chaos? Tasha K went live and dropped tea so boiling, folks thought it was a gas leak in Midtown. Secret hotel check-ins, fake aliases, voice memos, and one luxury suite that may never recover from what went down in room 704. And you mean to tell me Kendra had no clue? Chilly, allegedly. Buckle up, baby, because this ain't just a scandal, it's a blueprint for career suicide. And trust, we've got the exclusive mess no one else dares to spill. Let's rewind the chaos and lay this drama out on the table like Bambi's Glam Squad receipts, because this right. Here's the scandal nobody saw coming and everybody's pretending they didn't screenshot. We're talking about Tasha K dragging Bambi, a young jock, out of their faux peaceful lives and into a firestorm so messy it makes love and hip-hop look like Sesame Street. And no, this isn't just tabloid fluff. This is calculated, hidden, and allegedly planned. The streets are whispering and Tasha brought a megaphone, so let's talk players. Bambi, once hailed as the ride or die that turned, mommy influencer and self-declared peacemaker after that roller coaster of a marriage with Lil. Scrappy. But beneath that filtered image lies a woman who might just be running hotel escapades that put early 2000s R&B groupies to shame. And Young Jock, Lord Sir, at this point you're not going down anymore, you're already underground. This man somehow went from being the lovable goofball to allegedly hiding behind hotel aliases and dodging valet cameras like he's in a Mission Impossible remake. According to Tasha K, and let's be honest, she didn't whisper it, she shouted it with conviction from the digital rooftops. Bambi and Jock were spotted at not one, not two, but allegedly 3 luxury hotels in Atlanta over the span of just 10 days. That's right, folks, while the rest of us were struggling to book a weekend getaway, these two were apparently living their best undercover lives, complete with champagne room service and suspiciously long check-in times. Tasha K didn't just drop a rumor, she dropped locations, descriptions, even a blurred-out photo from a hotel hallway camera that she claimed shows a woman matching Bambi's build entering a suite registered under a fake name used by Jock in the past. And the internet lost its mind. But let's back it up just a bit. Why would Bambi risk everything? After the drama and the divorce and the endless social media war with Scrappy, she had finally curated an image of peace, motherhood, and boss babe energy. Why throw that away for Jock of all people? A man whose dating history reads like a casting call for chaos. Is this karma in heels, or was there something more sinister going on? Now here's where it gets wild. An anonymous source, allegedly a hotel staff member, came forward and claimed they saw Bambi and Jock together multiple times. Not just passing each other in the hallway or sharing an awkward elevator ride, but leaving the suite together dressed differently than when they arrived. And according to the same source, Bambi checked in under the name Bianca Ray, while Jock used his classic alias Jerome K. Now we can't confirm those names, but we can confirm one thing. That's oddly specific. Too specific. And social media detectives went in. TikTok went crazy with side-by-side comparisons of Bambi's nails matching a hand in the blurry photo Tasha posted. Twitter was ruthless, digging up every past interaction between Bambi and Jock, even that one weird IG live where they laughed too long at an inside joke and everyone brushed it off. But was that the first breadcrumb? Was this scandal in the making for months, if not years? And if this wasn't just a hookup but a full-blown secret relationship, then what does that say about the timelines? Because if Tasha K's claims are correct and this was happening before the official split between Bambi and Scrappy, then we're not just talking mess, we're talking betrayal at a level that requires popcorn and protective gear. Jock has been suspiciously quiet, which is unusual for him. This is the man who'll go live over a scratch on his car. But now radio silence. That's either guilt strategy or both. And Bambi, oh, she posted alright. But instead of denying it, she dropped a cryptic reel of herself walking in slow motion to some dramatic song with a caption that reads, "Sometimes silence is the loudest response." Girl, what? That's not a denial, that's a poetic admission. You might as well have dropped a GPS pin, but Tasha wasn't done. She doubled down by claiming there's more, allegedly audio. Yes, leaked voice notes that she's keeping under wraps for now, but promises to release if she's pushed. This isn't just tea, it's a boiling pot and someone's about to get burned. The question is, who benefits? Who's pulling the strings? Because you don't book multiple hotels with fake names without some level of planning and intention. Are we looking at a revenge plot? Was Bambi trying to get back at Scrappy for his own indiscretions? Or is this a full-on media stunt to distract from something even bigger? Some are even speculating that Mona Scott is lurking in the shadows, ready to turn this into a reunion special, and honestly, nothing would surprise us anymore. The fans are split. Some are calling it fake news, desperate gossip, or a publicity stunt. But others are convinced this is real, raw, and happening in real time. The comment sections are war zones. Team Bambi is defending her, claiming she deserves happiness, and Jock is single, so what's the issue? Team Scrappy is screaming betrayal and demanding answers. And poor Kendra, young Jock's actual wife. Yes, let's not forget this man is still legally tied to a whole other woman who has not posted a single thing since the news broke. Silence can be deadly, and in this case it's deafening. But wait, it gets even messier. Another anonymous message was sent to a popular gossip blog claiming that Bambi and Jock were spotted at a jewelry store together back in June. This anonymous tip included what they claimed was a receipt screenshot of a payment for a bracelet totaling $3,000, and it was allegedly charged to a card under Jock's business account. If true, that's not just a fling, that's an investment. And let's be real, Jock doesn't drop that kind of coin unless he's really feeling someone or trying to cover something up. And the dates on that receipt line up suspiciously well with the timeline Tasha K laid out. So either someone's playing a very detailed prank, or there's some serious truth hiding in this mountain of mess. And if there's one thing we've learned from these reality stars, it's that truth always leaks eventually, no matter how deep it's buried. And just when you thought the scandal couldn't spiral further into chaos, it did. Because after Tasha K's explosive hotel claims, it wasn't just internet sleuths and shade-throwing fans who jumped in, it was real people from their pasts, surfacing with receipts that have everyone clutching their pearls. Enter an ex-friend of Bambi, someone who used to be tight with her before their falling out last year, who anonymously contacted a gossip blog with what they claimed were deleted messages and videos from Bambi's private Snapchat. These weren't just casual clips of brunch and nail appointments. According to the source, they included timestamps, audio with male voices matching Jock's tone, and even one clip showing Bambi panning her phone across a luxury suite that looked eerily similar to the decor of the exact hotel Tasha mentioned. This was no longer just a rumor. This was the kind of stuff that makes PR teams panic and delete group chats. But what made this revelation even wilder was how suddenly old flames and frenemies began chiming in. Erica Dixon, never one to hold her tongue, posted a cryptic tweet the day after the videos started circulating saying, "Funny how the ones who claim loyalty be the ones moving the dirtiest." Fans were quick to connect the dots, since Erica and Bambi's relationship has always been shaky at best, and if anyone had the inside tea on these folks, it would be her. Meanwhile, Lil Scrappy himself finally broke his silence, and let's just say he didn't exactly play the role of the heartbroken ex. In an IG live that lasted less than 5 minutes but sent shockwaves across the internet, he said people gone do what they do, and what's in the dark always find its way to the light, and then logged off with a smirk. That wasn't a denial or a defense. That was a warning shot wrapped in southern politeness. But the person truly caught in the center of this whirlwind is Kendra, Jock's wife. The one who stood by him through cheating rumors on reality TV, dealt with his multiple baby mamas, and still said "I do" on national television. Her silence since the first wave of allegations had many assuming she was hiding, processing, or preparing to file papers, but then she showed up at a charity gala in Atlanta, looking poised, unbothered, and rocking a fitted dress that screamed, "I'm not broken, I'm just plotting." She didn't speak to reporters, didn't post on social media, but her presence alone spoke volumes. And that only fueled more questions. Because if she's staying calm in public while her husband is being accused of secret hotel visits with another woman, what does she know that we don't? Tasha K then dropped another bomb during a follow-up livestream claiming someone from home. Kendra's circle reached out to her with confirmation that Kendra had known about Jock's alleged escapades for weeks but was planning to handle it behind the scenes. Allegedly, she was preparing legal steps quietly and waiting for the right time to act. Now, whether that's divorce or just leverage for her own future business deals, we don't know. But what we do know is that this woman is not reacting emotionally, and that's terrifying. Because quiet women in the middle of a storm are the ones you need to watch the most. But what about Bambi? After the initial silence and cryptic posts, she went quiet again, disappearing from social media for a full 72 hours, which in celebrity terms is basically a lifetime. When she returned, it wasn't with an apology or a denial. She posted a video montage of herself and her kids with a caption about peace and moving forward and being misunderstood. But nowhere did she address the hotel rumors, the leaked messages, or her supposed link to Jock. Fans were split. Some praised her for protecting her peace and keeping it classy. Others dragged her for dodging accountability and hiding behind motherhood as a shield. And while the internet was eating itself alive, trying to make sense of the timeline, Jock finally made a move. He went back on air at his radio show and tried to laugh it all off. He cracked jokes about rumors flying and people needing hobbies, but that didn't land. Because the laughs felt forced, his co-hosts looked tense, and there was a long awkward pause when someone brought up Tasha K directly. He brushed it off and moved on, but the damage was done. That radio segment went viral not because it was funny, but because it confirmed what many already suspected. He's not in control of the narrative anymore. And when Jock loses control, the mess multiplies. Meanwhile, more footage started surfacing. A blurry shot from what appeared to be a hotel bar showing two figures sitting close together, heads leaned in, drinks in hand. The quality was grainy, but the internet went to work comparing outfits, jewelry, even the shape of Bambi's ponytail in her Instagram post from that same night. They were convinced it was them. The comments were brutal. People accusing Jock of never respecting his marriage. People calling Bambi a homewrecker. And others pointing out how quickly people turn on women while giving the men a pass. It turned into a gender war, a loyalty test, and a PR nightmare all rolled into one. And just when you thought there was no more room for mess, another piece of the puzzle dropped. A voice note allegedly from Jock himself leaked online. In it, a man sounding a lot like Jock could be heard saying something about laying low for a while and needing to make sure nobody tracks the card next time. That clip alone sent shockwaves across platforms. Tasha K hinted during her next livestream that she'd even more where that came from and was just waiting for someone to challenge her before she released the rest. At this point, it was no longer just a scandal, it was a saga. The kind that exposes not just the people involved, but the ecosystem that protects them. Because if Bambi and Jock really were sneaking around like this, who was covering for them? Who knew? Who booked the rooms? Who tipped them off when cameras were nearby? These things don't happen in a vacuum. There's always someone holding the phone, someone pressing delete, and someone saving the screenshots just in case. And now all of it is spilling out in the most chaotic public fashion imaginable. But the real question isn't whether Jock and Bambi were together in those hotels. It's what happens next. Because when careers are on the line, families are being dragged, and public opinion starts shifting, the cleanup crew shows up. And based on how quiet some of these cast members have been lately, you can bet there are NDAs flying around and crisis meetings happening behind closed doors. But nothing stays hidden forever. Especially not in a world where people would sell their cousins' screenshots for a repost. And right now the streets are watching every move and waiting for the next piece to drop. And just when you thought it couldn't get messy, it did. Because Tasha K wasn't done yet. She dropped one more voice memo, and this time it wasn't just suggestive breathing or awkward whispers. It was a full-blown conversation where Jock was allegedly heard panicking about hotel surveillance, mentioning someone named Keisha who works the front desk and could get them the tapes before they go public. The voice on the tape sounded frantic, trying to figure out who else had access to their check-in logs, and asking if the room service staff had been tipped well enough to forget faces. That's not the kind of talk you have after a business. meeting, or a platonic catch-up session. That's the sound of someone trying to erase tracks that are already burned into the carpet. And as if the internet wasn't already on fire, a fake but viral screenshot started making the rounds showing what looked like a text from Bambi to an unnamed contact. The message? "We can't keep meeting at that hotel. It's not safe anymore. Someone saw us?" I think Scrappy suspects something. Now, whether that text was real or just fanfiction gone rogue, the fact that it felt believable says everything about how people now see Bambi and Jock. The backlash was swift and ugly. Bambi's name started trending with tags like Hotel Queen, and not so rebranded. Fans who once defended her during the Scrappy fallout were now pulling receipts and calling her out for playing victim, when she might have been scheming behind the scenes. Even some of her influencer brand deals started distancing themselves, with one skincare brand quietly deleting her campaign from their page. And Jock? Well, let's just say he's taking LS from every direction. His radio show co-hosts couldn't help but throw in some subtle jabs during their morning broadcast, and fans started flooding the station's comment sections asking if Jock would be broadcasting live from a hotel room next. Tasha K, meanwhile, was living her best chaotic life. She teased another part of the expose by saying she had footage from a hotel lobby camera showing a couple walking in late at night, real cozy and real married to other people. That little sentence was all it took to send Twitter into a complete meltdown. People started analyzing blurry security screenshots like they were on CSI, zooming in on shoes, bags, hairstyles, anything to prove it was Bambi and Jock, and whether it was or not didn't even matter anymore. The internet had decided. And when the internet decides, facts become optional. What made this entire mess even more explosive was the rumored phone call between Bambi and Scrappy that someone allegedly leaked. In the audio, Bambi is heard crying, saying, "It's not what you think. I swear it's being twisted." But Scrappy's voice comes through ice cold saying, "You've been twisting things since the day I met you." That one line alone was enough to get blogs running wild with headlines like "Scrappy finally wakes up" and "Bambi's tears too late." Some even speculated that this scandal was the final push for Scrappy to pursue full custody of their children, citing environmental instability as a concern. That rumor hasn't been confirmed, but the whispers are growing louder, and family court doesn't wait for public opinion to settle. Meanwhile, Jock's wife, Kendra, has reportedly been in talks with her own legal team. No one knows exactly what that means yet, but word on the street is that she's not only furious but collecting her own receipts, including past infractions Jock thought had been buried. One blog even claimed Kendra's preparing a legal case for emotional damages and public humiliation, citing repeated incidents of reckless behavior that have caused reputational harm. That's not just tea, that's boiling acid. And while all this is happening, fans have taken matters into their own hands. One amateur TikTok investigator posted a deep dive timeline of all the suspicious overlaps in Bambi and Jock's public appearances, matching Instagram story backgrounds, music video shoot dates, and even tag locations. The conclusion? They've been playing us for years. Whether it's true or just wild internet sleuthing, it fed into the frenzy, making it impossible for either Bambi or Jock to defend themselves without sounding like they were spinning. As it stands now, neither of them has released an official statement, and that silence is speaking louder than any denial ever could. In the court of public opinion, they're already convicted, sponsorships are pausing, brand deals are vanishing, and even fellow love and hip-hop castmates are chiming in, some with vague shady posts, others outright saying they saw it coming. One even said, "A leopard doesn't change its spots, especially not in five-star hotels." At this point, it's no longer just a scandal. It's a full-blown collapse of two public images that were already hanging on by threads. Bambi tried to transform into the polished family woman, and Jock tried to play the reformed husband role, but behind closed doors, the same old drama was brewing, waiting to explode. And thanks to Tasha K's ruthless truth-telling or well-executed chaos depending on who you ask, the explosion is now televised, streamed, clipped, and memed across every platform. This isn't just a moment, it's a movement. A cautionary tale for every reality star who thinks the cameras stop rolling when the scene ends. Because, baby, the internet is the real producer, and it never misses a scandal. If you've been glued to every twist, every leak, and every voice memo like the rest of us, then you already know this drama is far from over. The hotel footage, the silent reactions, the court rumors, everything is building towards something even bigger. So don't just sit back and miss the next bombshell. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on your notifications because we're diving deep into every messy turn this story takes. And trust, when the next tape drops or someone finally breaks their silence, you'll want to be the first to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jock and Bambi are really guilty, or is this just another internet-made scandal gone too far? Should Kendra and Scrappy walk away for good, or is there still a way back from this chaos? We're reading every comment, so don't hold back. This isn't just gossip, it's a wild ride into the heart of reality TV's most explosive fallout yet. More receipts, more reactions, and more raw truth are coming. Stay locked in because this story is just getting started and we've got all the heat coming your way. Bye.